Good day, guys. So today I've got an exciting news for you all. Those of you who are thinking of applying for the MAECI Italian government scholarship, or those who have already submitted your application for this scholarship, you wouldn't want to miss this session. I'm joined by Miss Christopher, a proud MAECI scholarship winner from last year and currently studying in Italy. So she is here to share with us how the interview was really like, her preparations, and also give us a tips that could help you to become the next winner. So let's go into it. You are welcome, Miss Christopher.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions about the MAECI scholarship since we were able to secure a spot last year.
Okay.
Now, so how did you come across this special scholarship?
Okay, so actually, when I thought of graduate school, I honestly did not think of Europe. I knew that, okay, I wanted to be open-minded, try different countries, maybe Canada, Australia. So far as it's English speaking, I was open, and there's scholarship. Why not? So I think I have a friend who is currently in Italy. So he told me about a school, and he told me about a scholarship, the Investor Talent in Italy scholarship. So he told me about it. Even when the scholarship came, schools had not opened. So he was like, okay, because the scholarship has a deadline, I should just apply for it. Then when the school open, I'll apply for the school too. So after I applied for the school, I realized that okay, there are other scholarships available. So I just prepared my documents, hoping to apply for the MAECI scholarship. That is, if at least so that if I don't get this one, I get this one. And the interesting thing is, even when I applied for the MAECI scholarship, I was also trying to apply for the Ergo scholarship as well, so that at least one will be successful. Yeah. And also by watching videos,
Okay.
because after I applied for the scholarship, sorry, the school, I tried to watch more videos about Italian schools. Then I realized that, oh, okay, so I can apply for this. I can, yeah. So it was basically my friend introducing me to it and also doing further research.
Okay. That was great. So, how was your first reaction when you received the email that you are being selected for this program?
Oh my God. It was it was unbelievable actually. And the fun fact is that so I was a teaching assistant here. So I used to use the school Wi-Fi, you know. Sometimes when I'm at work, I download movies and stuff. So sometimes when I go to my hostel and I don't even have data, I'm fine. So I just watch maybe the videos I've downloaded, movies I've downloaded. So that day happened to be a day I didn't even have data, and I was not bothered to buy data because most times I'm on campus. I use Wi-Fi, so it's no problem for me. So I just got to the office and my phone connected to the Wi-Fi, then the messages started dropping. And I saw an email that was like 20 something, 20 factor or something. I was like, eh, what am I seeing? So I opened the email. I opened the email. Though it was in Italian, I just understood. Like, surprisingly. I was like, what? So I translated it because on my gym, I'm able to translate. So I translated it to English and I was like, oh my God. I just couldn't believe. I was like, could it be like someone is just pulling my legs or something? But I checked the email and I realized that that's like their official email. I was so excited. But it was more of from a place of disbelief because though I after the interview I prayed about it and everything, for some reason I was not so confident. Let me say I was indifferent that okay, if it comes fine, but I was honestly not expecting it. So it was a shock. Yeah, that was the reaction. I was really surprised.
Okay, that's nice. So, if you could describe the MAECI experience in one word, what would it be?
You mean the application process?
Yes.
I think it has been an interesting process. Interesting is the word because it has been like up and down,
Yeah.
more of place of from a place of like surprise, like because even the day I was called for the interview, it's also unexpected.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's,
make it last stop. After I even applied for that, I was also checking other schools. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm not this is like this is not my last stop or this is not the final point. It's
yes.
just one of those applications. Let me not die here. Let me not put it's like I didn't put all my eggs in one basket. That is the best way to say it. So even after applying for this one, I was applying for other stuff. So for some weird reason, I actually forgot about these kind of applications. Like after I did the interview, let me use the Ghanaian pidgin. I G my mind. Like I was just chill. So it's been an interesting process. And also coming here in Italy, it's been interesting. An interesting process. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, so I'm actually here. It's
That's
it's
nice.
it's been interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The next question is, can you walk us through your interview process step by step? And then maybe you can also tell us some kind of questions you were not expecting.
Okay. So I let me give a little backstory. I think I was called for the interview on Thursday. I was in the office doing my work. I received the call, blah blah blah. So I was asked if I could come for the interview on Friday or Monday. I chose Monday because I was in Kumasi at the time, and the interview was to be in Accra. So immediately after the call, I had to start preparing. I watched videos. I watched videos and general interview questions. But the good thing was that that was not the first graduate school interview I had done. I had done a couple of interviews. So I had like um questions already there, maybe tell me about yourself, all those basic interview questions. I already had a document with so many questions. So I just did few research based on MAECI specifically to know other people's experience based on that. So I just did a few research on that and I just added up to what the information I already had. And I was just going over. Also because this one was going to be in person, unlike the other ones I've done, which were online. So that was the tensious part of it because I was like, oh my God, how is this going to be? Well, the person was sitting right in front of you, but the other ones is just online. So maybe we can do something else to ease your tension. So when the funny, I was just practicing for a long time. After the call to like Monday, I was just practicing. Even when I was in the VIP bus to Accra, I was just practicing as if I was going to do some movie or something, practicing my scenes. Yeah. So on the day of the interview, I went really early and I saw a number of people there, but seeing the number did not really discourage me or anything. My focus was how I was going to meet the interviewer because that was the tensions part for me. And the way I saw people going, hey, at that point, I decided to stop going over whatever. I just wanted to pray. Like I was just praying and listening to music. Then someone was sitting by me going over what they've learned. I saw one person going up and down. I was like, hey. So at that point, I just wanted to calm down. So I tried my best to calm down. Then my name was mentioned. And when I entered the place, it was also another tension situation because the person was who was being interviewed could be heard by everybody. Like I could hear what the person was saying. And it was like, uh, I don't know how to explain this, but there were cubicles, yeah. So maybe one person is in the first cubicle, maybe you be in the third cubicle. So that was the thing that made me anxious. Like, hey, everybody will hear what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why it made me anxious, but I think God helped me because I was so tensed. I didn't even understand. I was very, very tensed. And they actually asked questions based on my CV. So he was like, I can see on your CV, you work here, here, here. Because I wrote like a particular, what did I even write about CV? Food research, something, assistant, which I was like as a teaching assistant. I made it look like a nice name, you have to brand your CV. So that's what I did. And he asked me to, so do I do as that role? So I said what I do. Then he asked questions like what is my motivation for this program? Then I said what I had to say. Um, then he asked why the MAECI scholarship. With the scholarship, you'll be eased of financial burden and you'll be able to easily immerse yourself in the academic activities and also to be able to like embrace the culture of this new place, because Italians like it when they like to share their culture because
Yes,
I
yes,
think because this is the only country that speaks Italian. So if you are willing to learn about their culture and everything. It's a nice thing. So I added that. But one question that was shocking to me that I never prepared for was that what are you doing differently? Like, okay, you are going to do food safety and food risk management. You are not the first person there,
yes,
basically. So what makes you different? What are you coming to do that nobody has done before? Or what are you coming to do that has like will make an improvement? That was a shock for me because I never expected that. What have I come to say? Knowing that you are just a beginner or maybe you don't really know much about the field or something, it's a shock. But I just had to say something, having in mind that okay, maybe this person does not really know much about my field. So then just talk. And also one thing I decided to do that was prior to the interview was that I will not keep quiet. Like I will not fumble
yes.
or maybe like try to show that you don't know. So at that point, I was just honestly, I don't remember what I was saying, but I know I was talking.
Yes.
I was saying, yeah. So I was honestly saying something based on my experience, like my TA ship and stuff. So I was just saying that, okay, so based on my experience as a TA, I've worked with people at different ranks in the industry, and I've noticed a certain gap. And I think that with this program, it will help me basically, but I don't really remember the exact words, but that was it. And I was so tensed because I didn't think about that question at all. But the man was just nodding and it gave me more confidence to just talk in.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that it was actually very short. Yeah.
No, okay. So, you see, with the document you use, which of them did the interviewer concentrate on? Like the
Okay,
questions
so
were being asked, were they most of them, did they come from the CV or your motivation or your academic transcript?
it was mostly from my CV and my motivational letter. Because from my CV, that's when he got to know that I was doing national service. So he asked me that, am I working? Then I said, yes, I'm doing mandatory. Then he was like, okay, yeah, I can see that in your CV. So I think he was just asking to verify or to know whether I'm sure of what I've written because that was my CV. And after he asked, it was like, okay, yeah, I can see that in your CV. And the question about why I want the MAECI scholarship too, that one was also in my motivational letter. So I literally said what was in my motivational letter. So it's important to know what you write in your document. But if you let someone do it for you, you will not really know what you've written. Because if you took time to do it yourself, even if you don't even go through, or even if you go through just once, because you wrote it yourself, you know what you wrote.
Yes.
Yes. So it's mainly based on my CV and my motivational letter.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So the next question is, um, like, what advice would you give to somebody who is applying for this scholarship?
Okay. I will say that you should give it your best and work on your CV and your motivational letter.
Okay. So, is there any mistake people should avoid in the application? Maybe any mistakes you encounter during your applications or your interview, people should avoid.
That you should not be pretentious during your interview. You should be confident. Yeah.
So, did you add any other document aside the composite documents they required?
Yeah, I added my WASI certificate
Mhm.
because I felt like, or let me say, a friend of mine, the person who even told me about Italy in the first place, I think for another scholarship, he got another scholarship, which was not my scholarship. And he even told me that, oh, maybe I may need this in case. So at the time, I was like, okay, maybe I can just use this just to show that I have academic record, good academic record, right from SHS, because the MAECI scholarship is merit based. Yeah, so that was what I did. So maybe you can, and because it's just one upload, you can merge documents. So maybe you can merge your admission letter, because I didn't add my admission letter, but I think it was not bad. But I think it's good if you add your admission letter to show that you've gained admission. So maybe you can merge your admission letter and any other solid certificate you have. So maybe the admission letter and your WASI certificate or something into one document. And also make sure that the document sizes are not too big, else you find a challenge trying to upload them.
Yeah.
So
So
if
I
you
think
make,
you can use the I love PDF sites to compress the documents to make the size small.
yes, yeah. So you can also compress your documents to
Okay.
make sure that it fits.
Do you think the MAECI scholarship
Okay.
is delivering whatever they promised? And also, would you recommend the scholarship to others and why?
Okay, yeah. I think because that it's going to give stipend of €1,000 and everything that it said it is. So yeah, I think it's good.
So, how has life in Italy been so far?
It's been cool. For me, I don't really go anywhere. I'm just there. So I cannot really say much. It's just been an okay experience for me.
Can you tell us about the your school and then the program you are currently doing?
I'm in University of Parma
Oh,
and I'm reading food safety and food risk management.
okay. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So, for my last question for this, your final words to anyone who is watching and also anyone who is dreaming and studying through MAECI in Italy.
Okay, so I would say that it's a wonderful experience and it's worth trying, especially because you don't lose any money. Like
Yes.
admission, you don't even need any recommendation letter. So it's worth trying. There are some schools in Italy that don't even require admission fee. Like my school like this, we don't sorry, application fee. There's not, so I do not even spend money applying. I didn't even need any recommendation letter. But the thing is that I see that some people are very desperate and they want to like just leave their country and just apply to any program at all. But one thing I'll say is the education system here is quite intense. So if you are doing a program you don't like, or you don't have it, if you don't even have any idea about it, I don't think you even get admission in the first place, because there are some prerequisites you have to qualify for before you be given admission. But if you get admission and maybe the program you don't like it, or you are not so good at it, you have to do extra work.
Yeah.
Because even with my program, I really like it, but it's overwhelming sometimes. So imagine I didn't have any idea at all. I didn't like it. It would be difficult. So don't be pressured. You have to plan well and apply to the schools that works for you. Except maybe you're in a particular field and you want to completely deviate based on your interest. That is fine. But if you are just applying for any school because of pressure or because of the desperation to leave, it may affect you in a way, except maybe you don't want to use the school for anything, you just want to pass through. But if you want to use the school for something, you should do what you like. Yeah,
Okay. That was powerful. Thank you very much for sharing your experience with us.
you're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.